What's up, guys? It's episode 323. Welcome back to the show! Hey, what's up? It's Jacqueline. Welcome back to the show. How's it going? Hi. Thanks for being here. Thanks for taking the time to hang out with me today. Where are you right now? It's always interesting to think about, like, where do people listen to this podcast? Probably the car, probably the gym, probably on a walk, probably in their apartment or their house, probably their apartment. No one owns a house right now. Probably their apartment they're renting because they can't afford a house. Wow. Well, yeah, where are you listening? Where do you listen to the podcast? Interact, DM, comment, let me know. So, hi, welcome back to the show. We have a lot to talk about today. I'm going to talk about Adam Levine. I'm going to talk about the Jeffrey Dahmer, am I saying that right? Show that I watched last night. We're going to talk about this like NyQuil chicken trend that's going on right now, or it's being talked about right now, which is it made me laugh. I want to talk about it. Talk about Zac Efron. And then I'm going to finish with like a Q&A. We're going to talk about some strange news too. So, yeah. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, Breaker, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. The energy's too low. Count the Starbucks cups on the table right now. Like, it's having the opposite effect today. Here's what I did. Let me set the scene. It's actually Saturday morning. Okay. Apparently I'm going to a rager tonight. And my boyfriend doesn't want me to podcast on Sunday morning because I'll be too hungover for it. I mean, he's not... I can do whatever the fuck I want, but I already swore. Really, this episode, I consciously decided before I started recording to stop the swearing. Or to, like, cut back on it. I can do whatever I want. But he made a good point. Like, hey, if we go out tonight, you usually record Sunday morning. You're going to be extremely hungover. You don't want to risk that. So why don't you do it Saturday morning? So yeah, it's Saturday morning. I'm laying low in a hoodie on the episode today. Drinking a Starbucks, my second of the day, and I feel really calm. My hair's down. I usually pull my hair back. But yeah, I'm drinking a grande pike roast, but I'm wearing a lot of lip gloss as usual, so instead of sipping it out of the normal hot cup they give you, I put it in my bedazzled iced coffee tumbler thing and iced it. I really need to chug this and perk up a little bit. So, yeah, should I finish setting the scene? I'm sitting here podcasting. It's Saturday morning. This is that's what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna do some life updates, talk about what we did last night, and talk about the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary. Holy shit! But first, before I started recording today, I want to share a quick tip with you. Something that I found, like, so disgusting when I first came across this tip on TikTok, but then I had to do it, right? It's with your AirPods, or it's a way to fix your AirPods. So if you have, or even if you have knockoff AirPods, for all of you renting and not buying right now with your knockoff AirPod, what's an AirPod? $150? Here's what you do. So mine, I've had the AirPod first gens since they came out. So I've had these for like 5 years. And I switched over to some like workout earbuds, like the sweat resistant ones or sweat proof ones. And then I recently found these, I dug these out of my drawer recently because I saw a TikTok about how you clean or how you get the sound better, or how you improve the sound. Hold on, let me sit up. Okay. So basically, there's a lot of air passages or airway tunnels that go throughout the AirPod. And basically, this girl, what she showed on her TikTok was, if you blow through the back of it, there's like a hole in the back, right? And then there's the main hole that goes in your ear. And if you blow through the hole on the back, it'll blow the wax out of it through the front. And it's like this, the video is crazy. Like, so much wax came out, and then that obviously made the sound better. But I was doing it before I recorded today, like before I decided to sit down, and I got like really fixated on it. I was like, shit, I just did this for the last hour. I need to do my podcast. But yeah, there's your tip. If your headphones are clogged up or like the sound's not that good, try blowing through. I don't want to ruin my lip gloss if I do a demonstration, but yeah, if you blow through the back of it, the wax will shoot out, and it might help. You might not need to throw them out or get a new pair. You might just need to blow the wax out. What am I trying to say? What am I saying? Chugging. So life updates, like, had another great week. Last night we got sushi. Corey and I got sushi, and then we went to this bar in Pacific Beach called, I think it's called like Flamingo. And then we went home and watched the Jeffrey Dahmer show that came out on Netflix yesterday, and holy shit. So that's a name, like if you said, who's Jeffrey Dahmer to me, I'd be like, I have no clue. But that's a name I've heard a lot in my life. Like, it's a familiar name. And I'm trying to be less monotone. So if you told me that name, I would be like, oh, I've heard that before, right? Is that how you be less monotone? I swear, like when I edit clips now for TikTok, like, and I watch myself talk, and I'm like, I'm one note. Am I too one note? So basically, should I take my sunglasses off? These are kind of like grandpa shades, whatever. So yeah, it's a name I've heard before in my life, but I didn't really know who it was, right? And then we played this documentary show. It's like a series, a 10-part series on Jeffrey Dahmer. And basically, I looked it up. So Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal or the Milwaukee Monster, was an American serial killer and sex offender who committed the murder and dismemberment. He cut people's bodies up. Dismemberment of 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991. So this guy is a serial killer, a cannibal serial killer that chopped people's bodies up after he had sex with them, because he was gay, and then he was into black dudes, and then he would drug them. So in the show, it was heavy, and I honestly had a hard time with it, because like, it's weird, like, I don't know, I don't like murder shows, and like I have a love-hate with it. Like, they're so interesting, but I don't like how I feel when I watch them, and it's like, I don't like scary movies, like horror movies, none of that. I can't do that at all. But this was more of a thriller vibe, or I don't even know. It's like a documentary style, slower paced, like, I think they're setting up. So I think the beginning of this series is like setting up what he did, and then it's going to go into more like actual documentary footage, if that makes sense, and not all acting. Because right now it's like I'm watching a TV show. So yeah, basically in the first episode, I don't know if I'm the spoiler alert, they showed how Jeffrey would go to a bar, and he would like buy guys drinks, and then he would eventually, one of them be interested in him or whatever, and he'd take him back to his apartment, and then he'd lock him in. He had like 4 locks on the door, and like a weird lock that's like impossible to figure out if you're trying to escape. And he would take him back, and then the guy in the scene who he took back was like picking up, he was like noticing weird shit in the apartment as he's in there, right? He's like seeing there's like this weird barrel in the corner, and that was full of like cyanide or some acid, we found out at the end of the episode. But that's where he would like cut the bodies up and then like decompose. That's where they would decompose. But yeah, the guy's like, and then on the mattress, like he goes back to the bedroom, and Jeffrey takes him to the room and like plays a movie for him, and then the mattress has blood all over it, and like this guy's just like, yep, I'm dying, right? So he tries to escape. He eventually escapes. The police end up getting involved, and I think this was showing how he got caught and how he ended up going to prison. But it was like I said, a heavy for me at least. I don't know, like you know what it was? It's like when he opened the fridge, like he's drugging him, right? Like he takes something out of the fridge. He takes a beer out of the fridge, and then a packet of some powder out of the kitchen drawer. And as he opens the fridge, there's just a head. There's a head. Just a human head. Right there. Just completely cut off. And I don't know. I don't like seeing that kind of stuff. And I honestly had nightmares right before. So it's always right before I wake up. So right before I woke up this morning, I thought about that head in the fridge, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't get that image out of my head. So anyways, yeah, that's kind of what we did last night. We watched the first episode. We started the second one. But I'm like gung ho to finish it. I want to finish it like tonight. I want to watch all of it, because I'm gonna do it, even though it's, again, monotone. Where one note, is my voice really low? It's just because I'm kind of tired. And we had a few brewskis last night. I had some sake at sushi, and then I had, how many beers did I have? 2? It's not that much. I'm not even hungover. I'm just feeling like it's like a sleepy Saturday morning, and it's like the hoodie makes me kind of like, I don't know, puts me in a relaxed mood. How's your weekend? How's your football doing? How are your teams doing? Are they winning? Are they like, what's going on? What did we watch the other night? We watched Thursday night football. Just Browns Cleveland versus Steelers. Browns won 29-17, I think. Right? Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't really care that much about those teams, but I'll watch the games and I enjoy it. But yeah, I hope your weekend's going well. I hope your teams are on their way to the Super Bowl, and are putting themselves in good position for that trophy. Oh my God. Do I slap myself? Do I do a cold shower and then come back? Like, I need help. So quick Jimmy update. We're going to get into Adam Levine, Zac Efron's Jaw. We're going to talk about this NyQuil chicken thing, some weird news. It's time. Okay. I've had Jimmy now for 2 years, and I don't trim his toenails. Okay. He had him trimmed maybe twice at the vet. And outside of that, I attempted it one time when he was a really little puppy, and then it immediately started bleeding, and I haven't done it since. So the update for you, if you care about my dog, which if you're, I mean, he's my world, he's my life. I always mention him on the podcast. But I'm training him to be comfortable with the nail clippers. So every day we do a little session where I grab his paws, I touch his toenails, I rub the clippers around them, I let him smell the clippers, I give him treats. As soon as he gives me his paw and I put the clipper next to it, I give him a treat. So I'm really warming him up to the idea that these clippers they're nothing to be scared of, and everything's going to be okay. So yeah, that's kind of the update for you on Jimmy. The man, it's so bad because he's really handsy. When he comes up to you, he'll want to give you a high five immediately, or a handshake, or he'll want to slap your thigh. And what the problem is with his nails are so long that he'll scratch like strangers, like really bad. And he always, I have scratches on my legs all the time from him. So, but I know because I haven't cut them regularly, there's the nerve is probably extra long, which is bad. And I think it's called the quick in the middle of it's a weird thing. It's like the nerve is called the quick that shoots out through the toenail. And anyways, so there you go. So I told you about the AirPod thing. Really working on the swearing. I feel like I'm not swearing that much today. That's great. The monotone thing, I don't know why. Yeah, lately with my TikToks, I've been making TikTok clips. I'm like, I feel like I'm just like, I don't know. I'm really, like, really monotone, or I don't know. Let me put on different glasses. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm like wearing glasses on the podcast and I can't just go without them. I have to wear something on my eyes. So I have 4 pairs of glasses sitting next to me. So, oh, this coffee's good. I'm gonna pour more in here. This is kind of a chill episode. Maybe this is gonna be your bedtime story episode. Like, I'd highly recommend listening to this at nighttime. It's more chill than I usually am, which I need this. I feel like it's good to be calm. I go off the fucking rails so much on this on my especially my morning episodes after the gym, and yeah, I think we need to switch it up today, or it's good timing, or it's like I'm due to give you guys a relaxed episode. So the news this week, or in pop culture, oh my god, remember last week I'm like, I'm gonna do like current events, news, pop culture news, I'm gonna talk about it, even though I don't care about it, and here I am. Or then I said after that episode, I was like, I'm not gonna talk about this shit anymore because I really don't care. But I feel like everyone's doing the memes of Adam Levine DMing them back after they if you know, does anyone know what I'm talking about? I'm sure a lot of you, oh my god, obviously people probably know. If you don't know, Adam Levine, is it allegedly, or did he cheat? Well, he came out and said that it was, he never physically cheated. I'll read the article, but Adam Levine cheated on his wife Bahati with an IG model named Sumner Stroh. Bahati, is that how you say her name? I have a very surface level understanding of what exactly went down, but I saw this article that just came out, or this interview. I think TMZ got him and it said, Adam Levine, I didn't have an affair with IG model, but I crossed the line. Adam Levine says, does anyone care about, like, I'm already pulling up this article. I'm like, I literally don't care. I have an opinion that I'm like hesitant to, I mean, I should just share it. Okay. I don't love what she did, the Instagram girl, how she came out and made a video and said all this and exposed all this. Like, I think that was, like, she should have handled it privately, and if she wanted to say something, she shouldn't have, put it all over TikTok and made a viral moment around it. And I feel like, yeah, it was kind of, that to me is fucked up. So I don't like that she addressed it how she did. I mean, Adam's wife's pregnant, and she had to see this, and how terrible. Like, she's the victim in all this, the wife. It's just not cool. None of this is fun to, what a shit show. Like, let me just read this here. So this was Monday, earlier this week. She made the TikTok, laid it all out Monday morning, just a few days after. So his wife announced her 3rd pregnancy a few days before the Instagram model Sumner Stroh made the TikTok and exposed all this. Sumner claimed she was tricked into having an affair with the singer, saying it happened at a point when she was young and naive, adding she now feels exploited. She even showed alleged screenshots where he messaged her after months of radio silence, writing, "Okay, serious question. I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. Are you okay with that?" Yeah, that was weird. But what did he come out and say? Let me read this. Then we're going to move on, because, again, I'm just like, this is what I don't get. Why? Okay. It's just in general, it's weird to me how we, like, I don't know Adam Levine personally. I don't know any of these people personally, but we care, like, us little internet troll human, we're not trolls. We're like little people on the internet with our social media. We're so like on this shit all the time with like the drama and the gossip of other people and celebrities and influencers. And it's like, we're so like making a general statement. Like, why do we care so much, or why do we pay attention to this shit? It's just a bunch of bullshit. I mean, this is happening next door. Like, go knock on your neighbor's door. Like, this kind of cheating, weird stuff with like some Instagram model. I mean, that's probably 2 doors down. You know what I mean? But it's Adam Levine. Of course we're going to care. And a Victoria's Secret model and an influencer. So, I don't know. Sometimes that's why I'm like, I don't like to spend a lot of time on this stuff, because I'm like, I don't, like, it's kind of like, why do it's just like, to me, I feel like I'm wasting my life right now reading this. But I guess there's a lot of lessons that we can learn, and a lot of, you know, things we can take away from it. So let me wrap this up. He says Adam Levine says the IG model who claims she was manipulated into having a year-long physical relationship with him is full of it, though he admits he crossed the line. Did I already read that? Adam tells TMZ, I used poor judgment in speaking with anyone other than my wife in any kind of flirtatious manner. I did not have an affair. Nevertheless, I crossed the line during a regrettable period of my life. He goes on, in certain instances, it became inappropriate. I've addressed that and taken proactive steps to remedy this with my family. And he says, my wife and my family is all I care about in this world. To be this naive and stupid enough to risk the only thing that truly matters to me was the greatest mistake I could ever make. I will never make it again. I take full responsibility. We will get through it, and we will get through it together. Yeah, it's just shitty. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. How many relationships has social media ruined, or like Instagram ruined? DMing, you know what I mean? Like, I was actually talking to, I think Corey and I were talking about this, and I mentioned how, like, I have never, this is the first time, I'm so dramatic when I talk about him, but like, I feel like in all of my past relationships, I've always had like a side eye about their phone, or like I've always been like on their shit, like on their, I'll stalk their Instagram, see who they're following, and see if they're liking their pictures, and then I'd be like I would like see them DMing, and I'd be like, are they DMing that girl they follow, and they like their pictures, like, and I'd go down a spiral, and but with him, I'm like, I don't even feel the need, or I've never once looked at who you follow. I literally don't even, like, it's not, you don't give me a reason. I feel like the past guys I've dated, they've always had like a, how do I explain it? Like, they all seem kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out with me. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's nice to feel like super secure and safe in a relationship where you're like, I never even think to look through your phone. I never even think to look for anything, because you never give me a reason to, or like you've never given, like, that energy doesn't even exist with you. Like, it's crazy. So I think that's a good, like, if you're even feeling like you need to do that, it's probably not the right person for you. And I've gone through, I mean, I'm in my 20s. You gotta try out all the food at the buffet before you pick out what your favorite food is, as my mom would say. So I've tried a lot of bad tasting food to figure out what I like, right? And something that's never sat right with me is the Instagram, the DMing, the shady shit behind my back in the DMs. Like, I hate the feeling of thinking that my man is talking to someone else and entertaining them and not me, and they're flirting with them, and not, like, I just don't, because I would never do that to someone. I never did that. I've never done that in a relationship. Like, once I commit to someone, it's like, my brain, I don't know, it cuts that off. Like, it completely, but yeah. So anyways, Adam Levine, there's the update. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about NyQuil chicken. Okay, so basically the FDA, let me pull it up. I'm going to play a video. The FDA's warning about NyQuil chicken resulted in around 7,000 searches for it on TikTok. Apparently this NyQuil chicken trend, it's like a thing that comes around every few years. Like, it's not a brand new thing, not a brand new viral trend. NyQuil chicken may have been a shit post that never died. occasionally popping up online, but the FDA warning sent searches for it on TikTok skyrocketing into the thousands. Okay. So now people are looking it up because it's like, I think there was something that came out on September 14th. Okay. I guess there's like a press release or what once Twitter trend after a federal agency posted a news release on its official website September. What's this press release? The FDA.gov. A recipe for danger, social media challenges involving medicines. And that's so yeah, this was posted on the FDA site on the 14th or 15th. So yeah, people are like, okay, what's this? And now they're trying it. But like, let me play this video. I have to put my, hold on, let's see if I can get the volume up.
NyQuil chicken is a dish that involves marinating chicken in the cold and flu medication NyQuil with the intent of creating a meal that will treat sickness symptoms. NyQuil chicken, also known as sleepy chicken or bedtime chicken, has been discussed online for several years, but has recently spiked in popularity again thanks to TikTok. Here's the history of the cursed chicken dish. The earliest known mention of NyQuil chicken comes from a tweet from April 20th, 2017, captioned, "If she makes you NyQuil chicken, do not let her go." The statement is accompanied by two photos, one of raw chicken marinating in the NyQuil, and the other of the finished product, which remains a sickly green even when cooked. The images spread to the shitty food porn subreddit, and the questionable recipe was revisited in a YouTube video in December 2019. TikTokers began to post videos of themselves cooking NyQuil chicken in 2020, with the most notable video posted on September 4th. The TikToker...
How long is this? Oh, Jesus, it's kind of long.
Sharing that he likes to use 4/3 of the bottle and flipping the meat with a...
Okay, so there you go. That's the that's what NyQuil chicken is. I mean, who the hell thinks of this? Or like, I feel like you could use like blue Gatorade and that wouldn't kill you if you wanted your chicken to turn blue, or just food coloring. Or I mean, sleepy chicken, is that what it said? Why is the government suddenly concerned about NyQuil chicken? Yeah. I thought it was funny. When I saw it, I thought it was funny because I'm like, what the fuck? This is the craziest looking thing I've ever seen. Especially when I saw the cooked pictures of it. Okay, let's move on to Zac Efron. I kind of want to make it. Wait. Like, just to see. I don't know why. Like, I kind of want to know what that tastes like. Okay, so recently, like, I don't know, this week, I keep seeing these clips of Zac Efron, and I've been having flashbacks to like a year ago when I saw pictures of him that came out where his face looks so different. And basically now, like, the stories come full circle, and I guess he interviewed with Men's Health and said that he was in like a severe accident and he had to get, like, his chin bone was like hanging off and he had to get surgery, and that's why it looks all different now. It's because he basically had to get his jaw reconstructed. So let me just read this because I guess I'm just like reading today. If you cast your mind back to last April, you might recall that several images of Zac Efron went viral across social media after fans noticed that his face looked pretty different. That was me. Yeah, so he looked different last April. People were so confused by it. Yeah. But here's what he said. A year and a half later. So that's what's crazy. It's like when I first saw the picture, there wasn't an explanation. I just remember seeing pictures of him last April and thinking, oh, he looks so different. What the hell? Like, did he have plastic surgery? And now it's finally being addressed. Now there's an actual he actually like did an interview and explained it. So I guess so he did the interview and revealed that he slipped while running through his house in socks. Zach said that he hit his chin on a granite fountain and lost consciousness. Holy shit. When he awoke, the actor said that his chin bone was hanging off his face. Damn. He does look a lot different. The incident occurred in... Wait. Hold on. The incident occurred in 2013 and caused Zach to have his mouth wired shut. He also sustained a gash so deep that it required stitches. So wait a minute. This happened in 2013? As a result of breaking his jaw, Zach said that his other facial muscles, namely the masseters, which are used for chewing, had to compensate, ultimately leading to his jaw looking different. Okay, I'm a little suspicious. The masseters just grew, he said. They just got really, really big. Honey, just tell us you got plastic surgery because you wanted to look like a Ken doll. You wanted to look more like Ken, even though you already look like Ken. Zach went on to reveal that he actually had no idea about the online mockery and plastic surgery rumors until his mother asked if he had cosmetically altered his face. So this happened back in 2013, and then all of a sudden, no. Oh, I don't know what the people are saying. Like, in my opinion, just looking at the pictures now, I'm like, your face doesn't just change that much from chewing and your masseters growing. Sitting down with Entertainment Tonight ahead of his movie, The Greatest Beer Run Ever, along with its director, Peter Farrelly, Zach began to explain that he doesn't really give a fuck about the rumors that he had his face altered with surgery. My mom told me I don't really read the internet, so I don't really give a fuck, he said during the interview with Entertainment K. Yeah, it's interesting. However, despite dismissing the entire thing as funny. Okay, so he's emphasizing the accident almost killed him. Okay, we feel bad for you about that. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Again, like, why do we care so much about a celebrity? But I guess I'm doing this. It's just a little bit... It's almost like he had his lips done. Like, I don't know. Okay, he went... Okay. So I guess the long story short here is in 2013, he shattered his jaw on a fountain, almost died, and obviously had to get surgery on that. He had to get his mouth wired shut. And then that affected his masseters in his face. And so over the years, his masseters had to... the chewing muscles had to compensate because of his surgery and what happened, so now his jaw looks different. I guess that's the... And he says the masseters just grew. They just grew really, really big. I'm sure there's plastic surgeons on TikTok talking about this right now, and I haven't seen any of those videos, but like, in my opinion, I mean, he got some plastic surgery. I don't know. It's like, it's weird. It's just weird. It just so like, I'm sure you may have seen these pictures and you're like, what's going on with his face? Well, there you go. Apparently his muscles just grew really big. I kind of want to see what plastic surgeons are saying, but I don't know. Again, like, why do we care? I guess we're just hanging out today. This is the chillest episode I've posted in a long time. Some weird news of the week. The American Association for Cancer Research has found that more people are surviving cancer than ever in the U.S. So from 1991 to 2019, the cancer death rate has fallen by 30%, 32%. Wow. That's cool. That's so in the last, what is that? 91 to 2019. Just say 30 years. Huh. Might be cocky to say this, but like I'm not. I don't even want to talk about getting like I don't. Fuck. The C word. My mom used to. That's what we used to call it, the C word. My mom had breast cancer, but like I don't fear it, but I feel like. Do you ever think about like I'm probably gonna get it someday? Or I don't like sit around and think about it, but like a piece of me, if I do sit around and think about it, goes, I mean, the odds are pretty, I mean, it's, what is it, 1 in 3 people get cancer now? Like something might go sideways. Health-wise, there might be something growing at some point, but I'm not scared of it. I honestly feel like I'll be the cancer patient that goes completely raw, juices only, fast. I'll fast for like 50 days straight. I'll like do it that way, because that documentary, the Heal documentary, I don't know if you've seen it on Netflix, was so incredible. Like people literally thought the cancer out of their body, and that's a topic that's really interesting to me, like epigenetics. Let me get the definition of that right now. Epigenetics: the study of how your behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way your genes work. Yeah. So anyways, where's my, is this too calm? Whatever. I'm going to the driving range later. I'm kind of, I'm going to the range after this. So I'm kind of like, fuck yeah, it's going to be a great Saturday. Yeah. I need to pep it up for, if I make clips for TikTok, like this episode's not going to be the one to clip, because I'm just like literally falling asleep at the wheel here. Speaking of golf, I'm at the point now where like every time I walk past my golf clubs, I pick one up and I fuck around and with my, I like practice swing like every time, or I'll just have one like at my desk while I'm working, and then like every 20 minutes I'll get up and go to my mirror and practice. But yeah, I love it. I'm like definitely in the obsession stage where I just started golfing this year, and now I'm like I just want to go pro. I'm like ready for the tour. Like fucking put me in, coach. I'm ready to go to the big leagues. Like I want to perfect my swing. I want to practice. Perfect practice makes perfect. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Practice does not make perfect. Hard work beats talent. Okay, here's your motivational quote of the day. So yeah, cancer's down. Cancer death rate is down 30% in the last 30 years. So cool. I guess the queen had a couple dogs. I mean, I guess like everybody. Fuck. Take a drink of water. So basically, Prince Andrew and the Duchess of York are going to take care of the royal corgis now. And I've always seen these corgis. I never knew their names. I guess their names are Muick and Sandy. So there's your tip or your trivia of the day. What are the queen's dogs' names? Muick and Sandy. Holy shit. Okay. I guess Elon Musk's ex-girlfriend auctioned off some college photos of him for 165 grand. Okay. Don't care. I thought there's a funny thing about snails here. At a German airport this month, customs officials followed trails of slime to find 93 giant African snails. What the hell? Officials at the Dusseldorf airport found 6 bags containing 93 8-inch long snails. AP reports. Okay, I'm going to pull this up because I need to know more about this right now. So, German custom officials say a trail of slime led them to a stash of almost 100 giant African land snails and other items hidden inside bags at the Dusseldorf airport this month. In a statement Friday, authorities said officials stumbled over one of the snails on a baggage truck and initially thought it was a toy until it started moving. By following the trail left by the 20-centimeter, 8-inch snail, they found a bag with a hole with another snail already peeping out, possibly preparing a dash for freedom. What the hell? So what's the reason for this? So they found the snails in the airport. Why were they being smuggled? Do we have... All had been imported from Nigeria and were destined for an African goods store in Western Germany. The snails were handed to an The snails were handed to an animal rescue service in Dusseldorf, and the meat was destroyed. Huh? They killed the snails? The snails were handed... Never in the history of the Dusseldorf Custom Office on the trail of slime. What the hell? They killed them. That's really sad. They should have just... I mean, what do you do? Ship them back or... Okay, there you go. Weird news. I think there's one more. Or that might be it. God, there's shit going on in Iran right now that's really sad. Don't really want to talk about it, but I could because it's fucked up. Do I talk about that or move on to the Q&A? I mean, look at that yawn. Look at that. Wow. You're welcome. I'm showing up. That's all that matters. Consistency is everything in this business, okay? It's not about perfection. It's about content, being a content machine. And I'd say 9 times out of 10, I'm not satisfied with what I post online. And I think it should be, and I know I could do better. Probably not 9 times out of 10. Maybe like every 4 episodes, I'm like, fuck. But I don't know. I just keep moving. Keep it moving. That's the thing. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep podcasting. Whatever your thing is. Just keep building bricks. Laying bricks. Lay bricks. Lay layers on the cake. Build layers on the cake. That's how you... Small steps make big changes over time. So... There's your tip of there's another tip. Clean your AirPods by blowing the earwax out of the back of them and lay bricks day by day, inch by inch, layer by layer. If you want to become successful at whatever it is you're setting out to achieve in this life. I used to do this Q&A thing a lot. It's called the random question generator. I'm so monotone. Is a deep voice sexy or is it kind of like, what is this voice? It's like, I'm like tired and it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'd sound different. Do I have COVID? Am I getting like sick? Do people still... Is COVID still real? Or is COVID... That's when you know you're in a good place. Like, I haven't even thought of it or thought of that word or seen that word in like 2 weeks. That's crazy. It's been more than 2 weeks. Like, it's like gone. That was like a past life at this point, which is so, I feel finally made it to the other side. I still remember those days where everything was crazy, and I looked ahead at the future and I thought someday we won't be talking about this pandemic and COVID anymore, and vaccine. Like, it won't be a conversation. And I feel like we're at that point now. I mean, it's still peppered in here and there on the news, but not at the level it used to be. And for that, I am grateful. How does the news make their money now? CNN.com. Let's just check it out before we do the Q&A thing. I think they're making their money off Putin and DeSantis. Oh, the storms. I'm looking at headlines right now. That's why I mentioned this. Oh, the Queen. Okay. They tried monkeypox. That failed miserably. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's stuff going on. I'm like missing something. I know they just raised the rates again, the interest rate thing. I have a very superficial 4th grade understanding of what that even is, but I saw that. I saw that gas prices haven't gone down. The average hasn't decreased in the last 90 days or something like that. I don't know. It's like still a lot to buy gas. Things are happening. There's a lot going on in the world. What did Biden say? He probably said something crazy. So yeah. Moving on to I'm going to talk about I want to do the Q&A thing. So, first question. Let me pull it up. What's the worst accident you've ever had? The first thing that comes to mind, because I'm thinking of breaking bones, like accident, like shitting my pants, just like shitting in public, or like shitting my pants in public, or like the most humiliating thing that's ever happened. This isn't the question, but I used to be a bedwetter. I've talked about this before, like really early on in podcasting 2 years ago. I used to be a bedwetter, and I remember going over to my friends' houses growing up and like peeing I feel like we'd sleep in sleeping bags and shit, or like their mom would do a blow up air mattress, or I'd sleep on the couch. And I remember I'd like wet the bed while I was at the slumber party, and I'd be mortified. As it's happening, I'd like wake up and be like, fuck, I'm peeing. And then I'd have to like figure out how to clean the situation up. This might be like this could happen like 2 a.m. You know, it would happen randomly throughout the night, and I would have to figure out how to clean it up before everyone else woke up. So I would be like in the laundry room, like looking through the shelves for OxyClean and shit, and like trying to figure out how to like dab up the piss off the couch. And like then I think a couple times I got them. No, did I ever really get the mom involved? Like I would just kind of take care of business myself. That was always humiliating. They never knew. None of my friends ever knew. I was so young too. I was probably like 6, but I wetted the bed forever. Like I was probably 13 when I stopped wetting the bed. I swear to God. Like I don't know, why do people wet the bed? I was a heavy sleeper, but yeah, like going over to my friends' houses growing up was always like, fuck, if it's a slumber party, I'm fucked, because there's a high probability that I'm gonna piss myself. And I think sometimes I would like find I've even put, I'd find a garbage bag and I'd put on this is sad. This is like kind of sad. Or I'd wear a pull-up. It got so bad that I had to go to the doctor, and I got a monitor that would beep in the middle of the night if I started peeing. It would like go, it would go over my mat. There was like a thing that went over my mattress, and as it detected when it detected moisture, it would like beep 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 beep, and I wake up, and then my like everyone would hear it, and then they know I'm peeing the bed over down the hallway. You know what? It builds character. It's good for, I feel like, you know what? Why I should just Google that. Why do kids wet the bed? Just curious. I would literally dream about being on the toilet. That was my thing. Your child's bladder may not be developed enough to hold urine produced during the night. Inability to recognize a full bladder. If the nerves that control the bladder are slow to mature, a full bladder may not wake your child, especially if your child is a deep sleeper. Stress or life changes. Going through big changes like moving or a new sibling or other stressors can lead to, I mean, shit was stressful growing up sometimes. Maybe that affected it. Yeah, I've never deep dived onto why I was a bedwetter, but the question was not even this. I was going to talk about tripping over a backpack and breaking my foot as the worst accident I've ever had. Because that's the only time that, like, I think of accident like, oh, I broke a bone. Or like, I've never been in a crash, any kind of crash, car crash. I've never had like surgery to like other than, well, I had MRSA in 8th grade. I had to get surgery on my face. Not like surgery. They basically drained like a baseball size cyst of pus out of my face. And long story short, I made the news, and all the boys at school watched that news clip of me and my huge, disgusting, swollen face full of MRSA. And then for the next 2 years, I got teased about it, and they bullied me and said I was gross. They basically treated me like I was a leper in school. Like I was contagious, and they called me gross. They would say ew every time I walked by. Like, so, but that I went to children's hospital and had to get that cut out, and it was rough because those antibiotics, like it's methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus, I think, something like that. That's what MRSA is, MRSA. And that shit was the COVID of 2008. I swear to God, like that was like swine flu. That was like, it was one of those, and I had it, and then my whole family ended up getting it. So that was a pretty bad accident. Not even an accident. All I remember is, I mean, why not tell the story, right? I was picking strawberries as my summer job, and on like the Thursday of the first week doing it, I had a cold sore at the time on the corner of my mouth, just right on the next to where the lips connect. Oh my God, I had a cold sore. Okay. And the Thursday ish of that first week picking strawberries, I woke up and my whole upper lip was like super swollen, and like my cheek there was like a ball forming in it. So I went to the local doctor, and he told me, oh, I should do a hot compress and drain it. And then I think I got antibiotics for staph. And then like I went home, and I had never seen so much pus. I mean, it was like just, it was sorry to be graphic. I mean, some people are, I mean, if you're like me, you like this kind of like pus, popping zits, Dr. Pimple Popper, like this doesn't bother you. This is like interesting. It was so, maybe that's how I started that might have started my picking popping zit addiction, because that was oddly satisfying. I'm like, here I am with a cyst in my face, like enjoying the fact, or like kind of like happy about it. Then I can fucking, it was satisfying to squeeze out. And I kind of wish, like, I wish the doctors, while they were doing the big baseball sized one, I wish they gave me a hand mirror to like watch what they were doing, because that would have been, there was like a suction tube, and there was a thing next to my hospital bed filling up with all the pus. It was so crazy to see. That all came out of my face. But yeah, like so I got the antibiotics. He told me to like drain it and like hot compress, so I did that. And the next day I woke up and it was like my whole half of my face was like out to here, and my parents were like, "We're taking you to Children's." Drove me to Seattle. You know, I think that's the first time I like had pain drugs. I think they gave me morphine, and that was crazy. I think I was, what was I, 13, 14? I think I was 13. Yeah. It was in the hospital for 3 days for that. But that's it was dangerous because it was in my face. It could have channeled into if it gets into your bloodstream, you're fucked. And that's how people were dying of MRSA back in the day. Like these wrestlers would get, they would get it a lot. Because you have staph on your skin. But I guess MRSA is like, I don't know. That's a bad one you don't want to get. Next question. This might be an hour episode. I'm proud of myself. If I can wrap this, I'm looking at my time right now. If I can wrap this in the next 15, this will be 1 hour, and I haven't done that in a while. So, a couple things we learned today. That happened today. Put my hair down. I wore a hoodie. I was relaxed. It was calm. And I kept this within an hour. So, what do the people want? I'm just doing what I want. You know, that's how I've podcasted forever. This whole time, it's like whatever flavor or whatever I'm feeling that day is that's what you get. But the podcast is I feel like I've matured. Definitely matured as a person, and I've learned a lot and I've grown. But that's the one thing that's always stayed the same, is like you kind of, whatever energy level I have that day is how that's what the podcast is going to be. I used to do this 7 days a week. What the fuck? That point, it's like, just go do radio. Like, be a morning talk show host. I could literally, and that's the thing, like I'll probably cut this short and do an hour, but I could sit here, I could ramp it up and do another hour of it. What is something that instantly annoys you? Am I out of coffee? Shit. I have these Alani Nutrition energy drinks in the Breezelberry. I think it's called I'm pretty sure it's Breezeberry. I have like 6 of them in the fridge right now, and I drank 3 yesterday. Like, I have a problem with those because they're so tasty. They taste like they're like kind of like a Jolly Rancher, like a blue Jolly Rancher in liquid form. They're so good, especially for like if you need a pre-workout. They're like a Celsius but better, in my opinion. Celsius I'm like bored of now because of these. These are so good. So I'm probably gonna, I'm out of coffee. Probably gonna grab one of those this afternoon on the way to the driving range. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I've been practicing my swing so much. This left arm is like, cause you use your muscles differently than you usually. I mean, when you practice your swing, it's like, my arm isn't used to that, and so it's a little sore today, and it's weird. So, what is something that instantly annoys you? Last night at Corey's house, or was this the night before? We made salmon. Oh yeah, we had the best dinner. Oh my god. Oh, it's so good. I made potatoes. I finally cooked. I think I mentioned that last week. I cooked my grandma's potatoes. My mom came here with a box from Washington full of my grandma's potatoes, and that she grew in her garden, and I finally cooked them. We had them this Thursday night, and we made salmon and Brussels sprouts. The Brussels sprouts were terrible. They were terrible. But the potatoes and it was so good. But yeah, anyways, that night he lives by the beach where it's like, it's a pretty quiet area, but every now and then you get that super fast sports car that wants to, be loud or whatever. What am I saying? Or a motorcycle. So something that's like I've recently been like I've heard a lot that pisses me off is loud motorcycles driving by really fast and sports cars. Like that, it's like 10 seconds of hell and you're just like, fuck. The motorcycles are the worst. And I also, so my place here, I live on the top of a hill and it's a really steep hill, and motorcycles have to really give it some, I don't know, what do they do? Gas? They really have to throttle the engine to get up the hill. So yeah, that's to answer the question, what is something that instantly annoys you? That it's just like another, speaking of people driving, hesitant drivers in parking lots. I've complained about this so much. I don't want to revisit this topic, but like I don't have road rage. For the most part, I don't talk while I drive and bitch and complain about other drivers, except when I get into a parking lot. I hate indecisive, hesitant drivers that are like trying to decide if they're going to take that parking spot, drive around again. They're like waiting for someone to pull out, or they're not like you're at a four-way stop within the parking lot or whatever, and you're trying to like figure out who's going to go and it's just shit. I hate parking lots. Are my that's honestly the ninth circle of hell. I don't even know what that is, but to me, specifically busy grocery store parking lots. I've also talked about how I think I feel like parking lots need to be reinvented and they need to be circular. And I'm too embarrassed to explain. I feel like this is my thought process behind the circular parking lot. I feel like if I say it only makes sense to me if I explain it. I'm gonna sound. I don't know how. Maybe one person will be on board with it, but in my opinion, parking lots should be circular. And yeah, I've drawn it up before. I've gotten so pissed off. I've come home from fucking Whole Foods. I feel like Whole Foods is the worst parking lot. Trader Joe's and Whole Foods in cities. City grocery stores in the city, those parking lots, like, God, it's not fun. I need to move away. I love where I live. I love San Diego, but sometimes it's so busy. I'm just like, get me the fuck out of here. Another thing that instantly annoys me, honestly, like if you're, this is going to make me sound like such a see you next Tuesday, but like if you're fat and you're sitting next to me on a plane, I'm annoyed instantly. That's something that sends me it, and I'm talking like fat with a PH. Like you need the whole row to yourself fat. That's something that I say a prayer. I thank God for my health, my fitness, my lifestyle or choices, or what am I saying? The fact that I don't struggle with food like that, where I'm morbidly obese, but I sit there and I pray, I meditate. No, I don't really do all that. But like, honestly, that's something that annoys me. If you're fat and you're sitting next to me on a plane. Or just fat active people that are promoting body positivity. That annoys me. Like fat positive, like what the fuck are we doing? That's something I mentioned last week, like how weird the world has gotten recently. Like that's something where I'm like, if I was 10 years old and you told me, hey, in 10 years it's going to be like being fat and morbidly obese is going to be considered like that's healthy, just as healthy as being skinny or whatever they say. What do they say? Like health at every size. Be like, what the fuck? That's the thing I don't like about the world now. Nothing makes sense. It's just, and that's why I refrain from reading a lot of news and stuff going on, because I'm like, it makes my brain hurt. It doesn't make sense. It's like a circus out there. So yeah. What else annoys me? The ice cream truck's going by right now. I love this shit. Where's Jimmy? He always perks up when he hears it. Oh boy. Oh god. Oh shit. That's got a few boarded up. It's got like the back windows and the back side windows boarded up with wood. And it's a black van. I do not like the looks of that. They probably have my favorite. Okay, the best ice cream from the ice cream truck, in my opinion, is the SpongeBob pop. And that's it. Just the SpongeBob pop with the or the Flintstones push pop. Actually, there's a few that are good. The Rocket Pop, is that the red, white, and blue one? But the SpongeBob one, oh my god, wait, look at me, I can't decide. The strawberry one, the strawberry shortcake. I fucking love ice cream. Did we have ice cream last night? Oh no, he goes, after sushi, Corey looks at me, he goes, you know what we're doing after this? And I was sitting there, like, I like kind of knew he was thinking of froyo, but I was trying to act stupid. Because I was also trying to give him a present. Like, discreetly give him a present while he was asking me this question. It's like a whole thing. It's his birthday month. I keep giving him gifts. Like, I can't help myself. Like, and I tell him gifts come in twos. So I give him. So I gave him his first gift, which was whoa, holy shit. Which was a nice knife, and he ended up having the same one, and this one he said I'm gonna keep anyways because I want one here in San Diego. So whatever, I told the story on like 2 episodes ago. So I got him, and I have to return it now because it doesn't have a spring on it to open fast enough when shit goes down. So I got him that. I got him a few other things, but last night at sushi I got him these socks that look like I think they're from Rainbow socks. The socks come in a sushi tray. They're rolled up like sushi, and they look like sushi. So he's asking me, where do you think we're going after this? I'm about to talk about froyo ice cream and how we ended up going to get drinks at the Flamingo place instead. But why even tell that story when I should talk? I want to talk about the sushi socks and the gifts. So, yeah, I had it in my purse. My first idea with these was to have the waitress somehow give them to the waitress to like give it to him, like here's the next thing, and then it's like a tray of sock sushi, you know what I mean? But I ended up just like pulling it out of my purse and setting it down because we were all done. I was like, I actually got us ordered us one more roll, and then I pulled it out. It was kind of cheesy, but I told them gifts always come in twos, which is fun because like it's fun to get, like, when someone gives you something, you're like, oh my god, thank you so much. And then, but I feel like nothing's better, and this is why I do the 2 thing. This might be a tip too, like if you're gifting stuff to someone, like your boyfriend, girlfriend, parent, sister, brother, whatever. Like, I like hidden gift. I'm like Santa Claus. Like, this morning he woke up and there was something in his living room that I left there before I left as a surprise when he went out there, and like, so I don't know why. I feel like that's more fun than like just giving it to them, making them find it. Like, I hid a hat in his closet that I got him. Got him too fucking. I don't know. Maybe that's my love language, or I love giving people gifts. I love picking things out for people and like buying them stuff. I even like ordering shit for people on Amazon that shows up at their door as a surprise. Like, they don't know who it's from or whatever. It's just like something, you know, it's like an Amazon box with their name on it. It's so fun. But yeah, so anyways, froyo. Oh, the ice cream truck. Back to the question, what is something that instantly annoys me? Maybe I should do one more. This wasn't really a Q&A. Like, I answered how many questions? Like 2. Oh, the worst accident I ever had. I talked about bedwetting, and then I talked about fucking getting MRSA, and then and things that annoy me. Obviously, like, I don't like one-uppers, people that are always like, you talk about something and then they just immediately switch it over to like their experience, and I don't like one-uppers. I don't like when people don't change the toilet paper roll. That was more of an issue growing up than it is now. I feel like that was always a thing. Like, can someone give me toilet paper? Can someone give me toilet paper? God, and then my dad was so funny. He'd be like, use your hand. He'd yell that, use your hand. It's a joke, obviously. My neighbors annoy me. I've talked about this before too. Like, this probably makes me sound like a shitty person, but like, maybe it's just the way my building is set up and how the way we're all stacked together. But like, if you're my neighbor, I'm annoyed. I don't want to know you personally. Like, it's a thing I've always I've had my own places I've had one roommate ever. Wait, no, two, but the first roommate was like a 1 month thing, and then I moved. But my other roommate was for a year. We lived together after I graduated college. But for the most part, I've had my own places, and I don't know why, but like every time I move to a new apartment complex, I'm like, the energy my neighbors give off is like I just don't want to see you ever. I don't want to like small talk in the hallway. I don't want to like get to know your dog. I don't want to like literally yesterday. This is horrible. I'm literally grabbing, like I had my trash to take out to the dumpster in the back, and I saw my neighbor with her dog right by the dumpster, and I just knew. I literally saw her. If any, like, this was like out of a movie, like the dramatic turn I made to get away from this situation. I saw her and fucking spun around with the garbage, went back in my apartment as fast as possible because I knew she was gonna walk towards me and small talk, and like I'd be stuck there for 20 minutes. So yeah, like I don't like hearing noises. I don't like to smell your enchiladas cooking. I don't like to, especially weed. I don't like to smell if you're smoking weed upstairs. Like I don't want to smell that. I just get annoyed. People, I love people, right? I don't love like love thy neighbor. Is that what Jesus preached? Like, I struggle with that. Like, they just, like, the look of, just seeing my neighbors, like, pisses me off. And they're probably great people. They're probably, I do, when I talk to them, I'm nice, obviously. But just seeing people come and go, like, they're holding, like, laundry bags, or they're bringing shit into their apartment, like with a lamp they just bought and like a fucking pack of LaCroix on their shoulder. Like, it's just annoying. Just, or what's another thing that my neighbors do? Oh, I have my I've talked about her before. My neighbor, that every day at 9:15, I know that's when she takes a shit, because I hear this coming through the bathroom wall, because our bathrooms are next to each other. Every day at 9:15, she takes a shit, because, like, approximately 9:15, because I hear this. And let's just say I'm in the bathroom for, like, I don't know, 10 minutes. After the I hear the toilet flush. And I hear the seat. Like, it's thin, okay? My apartment's great, except for the bathroom wall there. You can hear everything. Like, it's... I think I made a video, or I clipped that from one of my old podcasts. I was like, I was like, does anyone have neighbors where you know their peeing shitting schedule in the morning? Because, yeah, it's like, I don't know, but all right, I went over an hour. I think I went like an hour 10. How is it the end of September? Like, it's literally, what's the date today? It's the 24th of September. I feel like I blinked. Like, it was September 1st, like, yesterday. Maybe it's because of traveling. Does that make things go faster? Does my hair look like shit today? I feel like it looks like shit. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna rock what we got. Yeah, what the hell? It's like almost October. I am using my Charlie Brown. If you go on YouTube or Spotify to watch the video version of the podcast, I'm using my Charlie Brown Halloween mug. So I am excited about the holidays, and I love fall. Yeah. What did I say to Corey? Okay, last night where was this at dinner? I was like, God, I'm so full of shit. But like, I feel like I had a point. A Justin Bieber song came on, and he goes, "Oh, is this Bieber?" And I was like, "Yeah." I think it was the song "Hold On." I can't sing it, but yeah, it came on, and somehow we started talking about Bieber, and I was like everyone these days, it seems like everyone wants to be seen and heard and liked and followed and subscribed to, and people want to be influencers, and they want to be, a social media person, like, or famous or whatever, which is like, fame is so different now than it used to be. Like, fame when I grew up was like George Clooney, Angelina Jolie, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake. Like, it felt larger than life, and like, they were such, like, the celebrity world was just, it was so different than it is now. Now it seems like everyone is famous or is trying to be famous, or like gets famous for no reason or for a stupid reason. What was I saying? So anyways, I was telling him that I was like let me fix my headphones. I actually have to take this off right now. It's like, I feel so naked when I do that, when I take my headset off while I'm recording. I don't think I've ever done that. So yeah, I was like, everyone's like, but I'm like, I feel like the people that I'm drawn to are like an entire vibe. Like, Bieber to me has an energy about him that's like, he's a walking contradiction. Like, he has this angelic, Jesus-like vibe, but he's also like tatted up, kind of like a white. He's like a how do I say this? He's got like a swagger to him, but he's like, I don't know how to explain it. But he's like a vibe, right? Like, so I'm saying the people that I'm always like, oh, those are like, they're them. They are them. They're a vibe. They themselves are a vibe. Like, no one else is like that. Obviously, no one else is you, and that is your power. I don't know where that quote's from. Like, obviously, we're all unique. We're all different. We all have our own personalities. We all, but a lot of what you see on the internet now is like, everyone's like doing the same shit. Everyone's like the same. So what did I tell him last night? I was like, just like, try to be a vibe. I don't know. I was like, just offer something. Like, the energy you put off needs to be something so different than what people are used to for you to stand out now, if that makes sense. Because it seems like everyone's copying each other, and just with the way they dress, the way they talk, what topics they talk about, it's just like the same shit, different podcast, different influencer, different YouTube channel. So I don't know, I feel like the people that to me rise to the top, or that really stand out, have this like energy that's completely, it exists in its own bubble, in its own world. And it's kind of like Post Malone. Like, he's like that for me too. There's a lot of, I honestly, like, I look up to a lot of artists, music, like rappers especially, look up to, like, I just noticed that about them. Like, there's like a unique, I'm all about like being, I don't know why that's so important to me. Going to the beat of my own drum and maintaining a uniqueness, even though, like, maintaining my own uniqueness. What am I saying? Like, or I've always been kind of a contrarian. Like, I don't like to, whatever's popular, I'm like, I don't like it. And I don't know what that is. I feel like what makes me, why am I that way? Well, I question everything. I'm a skeptic about everything, like just naturally curious. But when everyone likes something, I'm like, I don't. I can like it too. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shit that's popular that I also like, but certain things I'm like, I feel like people just jump on the train because everyone else likes it, and they don't form their own opinions. That's something crazy to think about. Like, how many of your opinions did you actually form independently from anyone or any other outside influence on your brain? Like, that's hard, because you'll hear someone on a podcast like myself, you'll hear someone talking about a topic and sharing their 2 cents, and then I find this, let me speak from my personal experience. I've found myself, I'll listen to a podcast, I'll listen to someone I really enjoy hearing from or whatever online, and then I'll hear their opinion. I'm like, I like that person, I like what they said about that. And then when I have a conversation in real life with someone on that same topic, I'll just repeat what I heard. But it's not like I heard, oh, Adam Levine cheated on, allegedly, or he did whatever. What did he say? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I've heard other people talk about it at this point where it's like, yeah, I have my own opinion, but there's always going to be some outside influence on you getting in the way of just thinking 100% for yourself. And that's, I guess, life. That's just how it is. But I don't even know. What was the quote about assholes and opinions? Everyone has one. Or there's like a quote. Look how this is. It's time. It's time. When I'm in this posture, this relaxation right now, this is how you know it's time to end the episode. We've had our fun. I honestly kind of like this. Put me on a couch. I feel like, you know what? In the new studio, when I move, spoiler alert, I may be moving in the next year or the next 6 months. So, same state, same city, new place, but put me on a couch, you know? Dude, everyone's wearing bucket hats now. It's great. I have one. I just saw someone walk by. That's why I said it. I feel old. I'm not, though. Like, I'm in my 20s. But I don't know why I just said that. You know why I said that? Okay. This is now a 2-hour episode. Isn't that funny how I was like, we're going to really accomplish something here today. I'm going to podcast within 1 hour. Wow, how amazing. And then here we are we're going into our 2nd hour. So something I thought about recently was how I used to be really active on social media. Like, it started with Snapchat. I would Snapchat story. I would talk to the camera all day long. I'd always be in my little apartment, like showing you guys like what I'm doing, or talking or ranting, like whatever. I'd talk to my phone a lot. And something I've noticed recently is I don't do that. Like, I barely share my voice on my stories. I barely talk to my audience on Instagram. And it's weird how or I barely snap. Like, I used to walk around and take pictures of funny things I saw, and I would caption it and post it on my story. I would constantly be doing that. And it's weird. I'm like, am I just getting boring and growing up? Because I don't have an inclination like I used to grab my phone to talk to my Instagram story or I'm like, what the hell? I don't like it. I don't know if that, I'm a content. Should I sit up? I feel like I have, honestly, yesterday or the day before, for the first time in my life, I'm like, I just experienced heartburn for the first time. Yeah, I just feel like my behavior with my phone is changing, and I'm less active on social media. Does that mean I'm getting older, or does that mean, I don't know? Probably it's all stupid anyways. I don't know. I get annoyed by when I post a story. I'm like, why did I talk to, I don't know why I used to. It's cringy now when I do it. Instagram's kind of cringy. That's why I get why TikTok's the wave, because it's like people being them 100% like raw and real, and they're not curating anything. It's just like, this is who I actually am. Or Instagram is like who people want to be. And I try to bridge that gap as much as possible, and that's why I podcast. It's a huge reason I podcast is to, I've said this so many times, so I'll repeat it. Like, the way I see things is, your Instagram is like your resume. It's like your business card. And it's a bunch of little pixels of your life. Like each picture you post, each Instagram post you make is like a little pixel of your life. And so, but you don't really get a lot of personality from that. You don't really get a lot of who you really are from that. And that's what everyone's doing, right? So I was like, how do I bridge the gap between who I am on Instagram and who I am like IRL in real life, if you were to hang out with me, right? So I was like, oh, podcasting's perfect for that, because you get this long form conversation where you hang out with me and you actually get to listen to how my brain works, and you get my whole entire personality from it. And it's, so I feel better about posting like a selfie now, because it's like, yeah, well, you also have 323 hours of me talking to accompany that. So I'm not just a picture. I'm not just like a pixel of like just one little. So it's like bridging the gap. What did I say, between that and real life Jacqueline? And I feel like that's a positive thing about starting or like podcasting. You really feel like you know the person, you're like hanging out with them, and that's the whole point of social media, is connection, right? And I feel like this is this is fucking lonely. Let me sit. Oh my God. Holy shit. And the episode, we're going to make it, fuck it. You know what? 2 hours. The wheels are coming off. This is where I'm starting to feel it's the blue glasses. This always happens. I'm just saying, like, how I'm sitting here alone in my apartment saying I'm connecting with people, but like, we're whatever. It's virtual connection. It's a release. It's healthy for me. This is my therapy session with myself. It's entertainment for you. It's a win-win. So, kumbaya, amen. Follow me on Instagram at Jacqueline Monroe. Follow me on TikTok, Jacqueline Monroe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get me to 101 subs after this episode. I'm at 100. So please subscribe to I'm going to push my YouTube today. You know what? Please, go over to YouTube and search Jacqueline Monroe. Just subscribe to my channel. That's your homework today. So yeah, what else? TikTok, it's Jacqueline Monroe. Instagram, Jacqueline Monroe. Patreon.com/TJMS. If you want to support me, it's a subscription service it's $5 a month. It's a way to, support the show. Go check it out. Do I need to go on and do a spiel here? Or just say it? If you enjoyed your time today, if you like hanging out with me every week, and you want to support me and my podcasting career, support your local podcast host. Donate to your local just be a good you don't know how to live unless you know how to give. Okay? Patreon.com/TJMS. Put 1 less gallon of gas in your car this week. Patreon.com/TJMS. It's $5. Once again. Love you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to wrap it now because I gotta get to the driving range, and I don't know if you golf, but like in the beginning, I feel like everyone that I've talked to, it's so addicting at first. So you're just like, it's crazy how that happens. And I think it's I don't know, I'm just stoked about my golfing journey. It's going to be a lifetime of golf for me, I'm sure, but and it really helps that Corey golfs and he knows a lot. It's like I literally was swinging yesterday just in my apartment. I FaceTimed him. I'm like, am I doing this right? And it's so nice that he like knows like the proper techniques and the drills and all that stuff. So okay, thank you. I loved this episode. I feel like we needed to calm it down today. We needed to relax. We needed to report the good news of the celebrity pop culture world. I don't know what to say about the Adam Levine thing. I'm just like, it's just like, that shit's happening constantly, like in your neighborhood or like around town, but it's Adam Levine, so we're all on top of it. And I'm just like, I don't know. I guess it's entertainment, right? Gossip and cheating scandals with celebrities is always like a buzzy thing. So, but how awful. I mean, his wife's pregnant, has to see all this bullshit online about her husband and what happened with this other woman, and it's nasty. Cheating hits home for me. Or whatever. It unfortunately, it's something I've gone through and I've had my family went through, so it's not fun when I read about or I see someone else out there going through it, because it just sucks. It's like, god damn it, you know what I mean? Fuck Instagram, fuck DMing, fuck hot bitches on Instagram. They're so God, they're just like, it's the thing is it's just such a how do you not DM a hot girl on Instagram if you're a guy? Fuck. It's hard, like it must be really hard. If I was a guy, it'd be so hard. Joking. But it's like unreal how hot girls are now, especially like on Instagram. So it's just a recipe for disaster. If you're in a relationship, you know what I mean? And you don't have like personal morals and standards and values and shit and discipline around that, and you're just kind of like, I don't know. I don't have that kind of psychology or makeup, so I don't get it really. I mean, it's like, fuck. I did see, maybe I should end with an Andrew Tate clip. Fuck it. He said it so perfectly, and I it's weird that I'm bringing him up and he's been canceled, but I did see a video, did I like it, on TikTok, of him talking about love and relationships now. Let me just play it. This is how we're gonna end the episode. I think this is really well said, and it's like, damn, he's fucking right here. Listen.
I was saying this to Tristan only a few weeks ago. I said, you know what, man? Before Instagram, before dating apps, imagine like you met a girl and she was perfect for you and you fell in love with her, and like you broke up and you just never saw her again. You didn't know what she was up to. You didn't stalk her Instagram. You didn't meet her again you didn't message her. You just never saw her again. Isn't that crazy? Imagine how much you'd love a woman if you couldn't see like all these other bitches online and stuff. Imagine how true feelings used to be. Everything in the world, the modern world, is so diluted. It's all diluted down because there's unlimited option, right? It's interesting. It's an interesting way to view the world and think.
Yeah, I like the part where he said how everything's like so diluted now because of unlimited option. And yeah, like it's like you break up with someone now, and unless they block you, or I mean, if that is how if things ended poorly and they blocked, I guess you couldn't see their but you can always fucking find them and find out what they're doing now. Eventually, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna figure that shit out if you go looking for it. It's always out there now for you to see. And there's constantly, other people for you to look at and talk to, and it's just like it's just unending. Versus like, yeah, you go to college and I don't know what I'm saying. Like you meet someone and then you date them and it's like you don't see them online. You don't see a little window into their life ever. You just know them from your interactions in person, and when you say goodbye after you break up, that's it. You don't see them again unless you run into them in public. Literally. So it's a different world now, and whatever. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's like I mean, I kind of like my exes still follow me, and every now and then if I go check out their profile, it's like, oh, that's nice to see you had a kid, or oh, you're married now. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't bother me that much, or at all. It doesn't bother me to see that. But I do, back to the tape clip, I don't even know what that's from. It just came up on my TikTok the other day. I was like, I like how he worded how the world is so diluted now because of unlimited options. Like, there's just so much, it's like too much shit for our brains to fucking, we're not built for this. And that's what's weird. It's like how do we, yeah. Oh my God. Is this, how much time are we at? Fuck. Maybe an hour and a half is my sweet spot. All right, that's it. I plugged my Patreon. I plugged my TikTok, Instagram, Jacqueline Monroe. Check me out everywhere. I'm everywhere. Send me a DM if you like this episode, or comment on the YouTube channel, on the video, under the video. Comment. I don't know what should you comment? I don't know. Comment your favorite season of the year. I don't know. All right, that's it. I love you. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to you next week.